When someone close to you dies, your internal reality fractures. The familiar structure of your world vanishes, leaving you in a state of emotional freefall. This is a portrait of psychiatrist Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. In 1969, she provided the clinical map to help us navigate that disorientation, defining the 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. But a map is an observation, not an engine. People frequently find themselves paralyzed in a single stage, locked in denial or unable to move past the weight of depression, because the roadmap lacks a sequence of active steps. Modern psychology effectively identifies where we are in our grief, but it provides very few tools to push the human mind through it. This is the Garuda Purana, one of Hinduism's oldest texts. It contains a sequence of instructions for processing loss that predates modern clinical psychology by centuries. The text follows a dual journey model. As it describes the metaphysical journey of a soul navigating the afterlife, it dictates a simultaneous physical schedule for the surviving family to execute. To see how the living survive the stages of grief, we have to look at how they follow this manual for the dead. The first clinical stage of grief is denial, the mind's instinctive rejection of the death. Here is a cremation ghat in India. The Garuda Purana counters the instinct to retreat by demanding immediate, labor-intensive actions: the washing of the body, the public procession, and the lighting of the funeral pyres. It is physically difficult to maintain the illusion that someone is coming back when actively tending to their remains. These physical requirements force a confrontation with reality that a mental process alone cannot achieve. This forced engagement with the physical world is what shatters the paralysis of denial. As denial fades, the bereaved move into the anger and depression stages. These are characterized by isolation, the feeling that the world has moved on while your own timeline is frozen. The Garuda Purana addresses this by mandating that for the next several days, the community must gather daily for a structured reading of the text. Look at this split-screen model. While the text describes a soul navigating an erratic afterlife, it forces the living into a stable routine. When your internal world collapses, a mandatory task provides an emotional anchor, ensuring the mourner remains connected to a predictable social structure. These communal duties provide a buffer against the isolation of depression, keeping the bereaved moving forward. Then there is the bargaining stage, a period of what-ifs and the helpless desire to change an unchangeable past. In this photograph, a mourner performs the Shrada ritual, the offering of pinda or rice balls. The text states that these actions actively mitigate the deceased's past sins and aid their journey in the afterlife. This structure offers an alternative to the rumination of bargaining. By assigning the mourner a role in the deceased's spiritual progress, it replaces helpless what-ifs with a specific, purposeful task. The ritual transforms the pain of loss into a form of active service. This clearing fog represents the soul completing its transition and achieving moksha, liberation from the cycle of rebirth. This spiritual milestone for the deceased serves as a psychological milestone for the living, providing a path to reach the stage of acceptance. Because the ritual has a defined, formal endpoint, it serves as a signal for the living to let go without guilt. This endpoint marks a transition for both subjects. The soul is freed from its earthly ties, and the family is freed from the active duties of mourning. The Garuda Purana provides a structural roadmap that observation alone lacks. It is a system designed to move the mind towards resilience by converting grief into a series of achievable duties.